4.5 years in a strict regime colony. The Central District Military Court of the Republic of Bashkortostan handed down such a sentence to a 53-year-old man. He was accused of distributing anti-war leaflets. An in Pianzai criminal case was opened against a pensioner about discrediting the Russian army for reactions on the social network, and he was fined 100,000 rubles. The attention of the investigation was attracted by publications that related to the Russian war against Ukraine.
This social network is arranged in such a way that I could put a like or a negative reaction to any article, and all that displayed in my page, although I did not publish it and did not post it. They considered that this way, by reactions, I disseminated information which allegedly discredits the Russian army. Nikolai Gusanovich, defendant in a criminal case, in a comment to Astra publication.
Law professor Roman Melnichenko was first fired from Volgograd University. Then, after a denunciation by the operatives of the Center E, the Center for Combating Extremism, on his publication in Vkontakte, the criminal investigation officers came to the man to check him under the administrative article about discrediting the army.
I work with prisoners of war, both in Russia and Ukraine. Since February 2022, I have been doing exactly this part of the international law. This is the use of baili, the right of war. And there, in particular, I deal with prisoners of war. And since Russia does not recognize the presence of prisoners of war in this one at all, as I understand it, they believe this is not good. That is, talking about prisoners of war who are not there is a fake.
Timofey Budkov, a 21-year-old resident of the Altai region, was first detained for setting fire to a military registration and enlistment office, which he had not committed, and then a fine of 400,000 rubles was imposed for 4 posts on Telegram. Investigators saw a justification of terrorism in each of them.
On September 29, 2022, he posted a picture with the inscription "Destroy in obscene form military committees." When posting the publication, he understood that the phrase he had written meant the commission of some kind of destruction of the military commissariats. In addition, he realized that an unlimited number of users of the Telegram messenger would get acquainted by his publication, since the channel is the public domain. From the text of the verdict of the 1st Eastern District Military Court of Khabarovsk.
The law on the justification of terrorism is often used by investigators against citizens who speak out about terrorist attacks on social networks. Now, a draft law on criminal punishment for propaganda and justification of the ideology of extremism has been submitted to the State Duma. As a punishment under this article, a fine of up to 300,000 rubles or imprisonment for up to 5 years is provided.
We believe that the adoption of our amendments will be an important preventive measure aimed primarily at protecting children and young people from the destructive influence of extremist ideology and attempts to involve them in illegal, dangerous activities. Vasily Piskarev, head of the Committee of the State Duma on Safety and Anti-Corruption on Telegram.
Now, criminal liability in Russia is provided only for calls for extremist activity. The proposed amendments expand the scope of the article also to justify and propaganda of the ideology of extremism, and this will allow the security forces to prosecute any citizen of the Russian Federation. UN experts have already noted a sharp increase in the number of criminal cases on charges of espionage and treason in Russia since the beginning of 2023. In 6 months, 43 suspects were charged with treason, twice as many as in the whole of last year. One of the high-profile espionage trials was the arrest of the Wall Street Journal correspondent Evan Gershkovich on March 29, 2023.
Arrest of the Gershkovich highlights the recent uptick in the use of espionage and treason provisions of the Russian Federation Criminal Code to more frequently arrest individuals in Russia, and we are alarmed by this growing trend. It is a dangerous instrument given the gravity of the changes and the difficulty of public scrutiny in such cases. From the statement by UN experts on the official website.
These conclusions are supported by facts. According to the publication OVD Info, in the next 7 days alone, 74 court hearings on political criminal cases will be held in Russia. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Natalia Husak, Volodymyr Shtengelov, UATV News.